fund. He said, we are looking for non-bankable projects so that we can turn it into bankable later on. So I think financing is not going to be the issue. The issue is whether there's a project, start it, and also to look, there should be collaboration between the off-taker, the supplier, and the producer come together and look at what is available for this biogas or bio-CNG, bioenergy project, which is going to be very small value. If you look at solar project, wind project, or 100 million, 50 million, maybe about 10 million, 30 million US dollars. So it's there, but I think the bank is not looking at it, the investors are not looking at it, but of course investors will start to look at long-term offtake contracts, security of feedstock supply, and of course there is still lack of a legal framework how to produce and government income in. So there is a lot of things yet to be done to see whether there is really no financing available. I think there's a lot. There's so many innovative, there's vendor finance that I think it shouldn't be a problem. It's just that somebody need to go and start knocking on this.
They tend to be able to sell at a little higher price, or they get opportunities that they would never ever have had if they were not so sustainable. So the story I love to tell is about Coldplay. Now, did anyone here go to the Coldplay concerts maybe a couple years ago? Yeah, for those of you, I'm sure you will see that DHL was the official logistics partner for Coldplay, and they did a lot of marketing around how we partnered with them to be to make sure that their tour was the most sustainable ever. Because Chris Martin a number of years ago committed never to go touring globally again until they could reduce their carbon emissions by 50%. So he lived up to that commitment. And when they, a few years ago in 2022, when they heard that DHL was one of the largest buyers of SAF in the world, they actually approached us just to buy our SAF because they wanted the carbon credits. Yeah? But I must credit my marketing guys who were smart enough to say, no, we don't want to just sell the credits, we want to partner. And actually they resisted. They didn't want a logistics partner. They were afraid that we will be named a greenwasher, right? So we actually spent the time to show them that we started this green journey 15 years ago in 2009, right, or more, about 15 years ago, yeah, 2009. And we could show them our whole portfolio of carbon neutral buildings, electrified fleet, biodiesel trucks, and SAF. So we've been doing this for quite a while. And ultimately they got convinced, and they said, yes, we will partner with you. And for the last 3 years, they just concluded their tour, their Museum of Materials tour in London recently. And over the last 3 years, across the world, we've been able to support this whole journey. And if you think about it, this opportunity would never, ever have been presented to us, if not for the fact that we were so green. And for me personally, other than, having opportunities to go to the concert, right, the best part... That's a brag. The best part of this whole story is that my daughter went to the concert. Okay? She got it on her own, right? She went everything. And she came back that night and said to me, Dad, I'm proud of you. Right? And for a teenage daughter to say that to an old man, I think, that really made my year. Okay, yeah.
Sandra, just pollution up to 86%, as we saw in one of the panels. I think that those can be negated with some of these technologies, which I mentioned, where the renewable fuel will be offsetting it. And it can be used that if the transportation sector is taken care of, and the Bioenergy and Bio-CNG, and if that countries like Indonesia, Malaysia is doing quite a bit, but if Indonesia has to step up, and Thailand is doing also pretty well with its very small total production capacity. But I'm very optimistic if you ask me, because we are the player, we know we are taking risk on that. But my only submission is that the bank should also step in, and they must honor that these technologies are going to be tried and tested. And they can't say, Mr. Chris, Mr. Alan, that you show me you have put up the 10 projects and then we will finance you. That's not the game plan you have. But I think overall, I remain very optimistic that bioenergy is the future of our planet. Thank you.
Our own. So we have to produce for our own use first. And the second one is
Energy security.
energy security, which you don't want to export because you want to use for yourself. And then third one is you want to develop your circular economy. Help. And you want to do it fast. You don't have to wait until you can meet all those international.
Thank you. So